Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to go through a simple attack script when you press a key. So basically the script that does this and our slash beam damage scripts. So we're actually going to show you the script that applies the damage. So you can see it damaging the dummy there. It also checks if it hits the target, so and if it doesn't, it destroys after a certain distance. So we have a kind of a ranged weapon attack where after like 40 squares or whatever it's called is it's going to disappear. So we'll change that to say 100 and then we'll come back and watch that to see if it increases and just play with a few of the settings. So I'm just going to stop that and we'll get straight into it. So yeah, and also we're going to have a look at the main script and show you how to how we sort of gave the player the weapon as they loaded in, and our idle animation, so which is not working. I don't think it looks like it's supposed to be an idle animation, say weapon when it's not, when your character, when he's not doing anything, he's just gonna we're gonna put the weapon in a certain position. If we get time, I'm also going to try and attempt to make a fireball in this video. So it's pretty similar to our slash attack actually. So okay, so let's have a look at what we're going to need. So first we might have a look at the main script. So I've got quite a lot in this main script, but basically what you need is a for loop to grab the player. You might not need all this. I've just got some extra stuff because I actually teleport the player to a different spawn point. That's doing that there, and then we give them a weapon. So one of the weapons that we've got in storage, so in our where is it, server storage. So server storage, we've got this weapon. It was actually just a free item that I got off the thing. I just checked it. So if you get a free item, just go through these scripts and just have a look yourself and see if there's any weird stuff, because obviously there could be some infected things that are doing harm to your game. That one looks fine, and these are all parts. So just a quick check, and then you can kind of add some good items to your game without trying to create everything yourself. So what we did here, we did a local, just a variable frost gore. We looked in server storage for frost gore and cloned it. So that's the code for that. And then we put it into the player's backpack, which gave us the icon on the bottom of the screen. This stuff, don't worry about. It's not related to what we're kind of talking about. So, and then here I've adjusted the walk speed, which we had before. Player's health, I was just testing some things out, so I just really increased the health so we could muck around with that. Here's where we equip the tool. So after we've cloned it, then we can put it in the backpack and then equip the tool. And then so here I've removed accessories because I wanted to put that helmet on. So what we did there is, because the helmet, because I had hair on the character, when we remove accessories, it removes like hats and things on your character. And then I also had one to remove his face, but found I didn't really need that. So that's those things. And then idle animation, so just create a variable and a new instance animation. So this is literally just going to use the ID, and then it can play that. So that's a good one. I'm not sure why that's not working. It was working yesterday, so maybe something I've done today has broken it, so I need to check that. And just a quick wait there. So that's main script. So the two scripts we're going to look at today, which affect our beam, is this attack script and a beam script. So the attack script we'll look at first, and that is in, you need to put that in starter character scripts. Okay, that's this one here, attack script. So once you've got that in starter character scripts, you probably just type this out. So what it's doing is, so we're loading our animation, basically, is the main reason to do it this way. We want to load our animation. Then we want to check if the player is typing something. And we're looking for, here I used E, so key code E. So when they type E, it's going to play our animation. We'll load our animation, and then it's going to play it, and then a quick wait, and then it's going to fire that slash beam. Basically our beam script, which, if you look, in order to get that to work, you need to create, where is it? One second, it's just up here, I think. Yeah, in replicated storage, we just need a new, that's a remote event. So it's going to check for this remote event. So because we're firing that remote event from here, then it's gonna play, and it's going to look for the script related to that. Yeah, so beam script. I probably need to show you the beam, don't I? Okay, we might cover that when we do the fireball, actually. So the beam, if we'll just put that up into workspace and have a look. It's just here. So it's literally just a part. If we open that up and have a look, so it's just, yeah, this part here is just a part. And I just used some lighting. That's the settings I used. To smoke and spotlight. So that's all we did there. So it's literally just one part, and then we'll just move that back down into server storage. And so yeah, and so what happens in our script, if we just go back to our main script here, so in server script service, so these are the scripts that'll kind of fire when you load into the game. So we've got our beam script in here. So we just set a variable, so we're waiting for server storage, which is where we just put that part in server storage. Right, so our part's in there. I also had display glow, but then I deleted that, so you don't need that one. Get rid of that. I don't think I mentioned it anywhere. I think I deleted it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, on server event. So it's basically waiting for that fire to happen, and when we get that fire from this line of code here, it's actually going to be running this bit here, all of this, right? So this is where we damage the player. We've got a damage line here. We also check the distance, which is this one here. and then we like checking to see if it's greater than 40. If it is, then we're going to destroy it, and that just stops it flying forever. So I found that this value here was actually the speed, so we can increase that a little bit. We can increase that distance, and then we'll just play that and have a look at that actually. Yeah, so it should go a bit further. Nope, it doesn't look like it has gone much further actually. Oh, there it is. Maybe it took a while to load or something. There you go. I don't know. I didn't change anything that time. It's going much further. So depending on how far you want it to go. So I think, yeah, that's way too much. I think 40 was probably a little bit small. So we might go about 50 or something. Just a matter of playing with the settings and getting it to how you want. So we'll just wait for that to stop, and we might start our fireball. That'd be pretty cool. So at the moment I'm just pressing E, and that swings the axe and shoots out the green beam. And that can be anything, that green beam. At the moment it's got a basic part, obviously. At some point I'll change that, and like I said in the last video, I was actually going to use this massive thing here like an ice shard thing, and hopefully shoot that out from the weapon. Anyway, so just a matter of writing some other code. I already spent a fair bit of time on that at the moment. So okay, so looking at our attack script, we're pretty happy with that. Basically this one again just plays our animation. It's checking for the key code of E. So if you want a different letter, you just change it there. If you use, put a dot, and then it kind of tells you the whole list of what you can use. Right, yeah, we're pretty happy with what we're doing there. Okay, so this code here then, so we're cloning our beam, right? Putting it into a variable, and then we're getting a new instance of body velocity. Just putting it in a variable, and we need to check for max force. These numbers, I don't know. I tried to play with these a little bit, and they really didn't do much. So I'm not sure if I need this or not. So I found that this one definitely affected the speed. I think 240 is probably about right. Parent, there, puts the variable as a parent, and then what I did was I wanted to check the position of the character, so that I could get the position of the beam and then work out the distance, right? So we've got player position, which is the character, which we've kind of already grabbed from up here, and we're using humanoid root part, which gets the center of their chest, and position. So that's going to give us, if you just print this out, that tells us the exact position, right? And then down here, this magnitude formula basically gives you what's left. So it gives you a whole number like 40 or 37.4 or something. It gives you an actual number that you can check. So we're just doing player position minus the slash beam's position, and this is a while loop, so it's going to be checking this every, what's that, half a second or something. that probably needs to be a little bit lower, like 0.1 or something. Probably just check that and see if it works. But you've got to be checking pretty regularly so we can get a pretty close distance, because it moves so fast. So yeah, at the moment I changed that to 100 just then, so we'll change that back to about 50. I think 50 is far enough for an attack, but that's easy to play with later. Then we want to just destroy the beam if it doesn't hit anything. See, basically up here we're checking if it hits. So I imagine this code's going to execute after that. So if it hasn't hit something, then it's going to be going waiting for the distance and then destroy. So I think that's good to have, otherwise it's just going to fly off forever. And then down here we're just making sure it destroys. Probably don't need this code actually. If slash hit, yeah, I probably should have put that. Probably should have put this while loop inside this if statement. Anyway, doesn't matter. This is working for now. So let's try and make a fireball. And should I stop that video and do a fireball? Yeah, we might do that. We might just stop this one and then I'll quickly continue on and make a fireball as well. Okay, so thanks for watching. Comment below on what you thought. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to be typing out the code each time. I was just thinking then if I should be typing this. I see a lot of other people just typing stuff out, like I've already spent quite a bit of time getting this code together and getting it to work. I feel like it's easy for you guys just to look at it and then work out which bits you need to use, and that's kind of the strategy that I try and do. Is you see scripts, like even this script over here. What's this one? That one that we found before, for the hammer, was it the hammer? Yeah, let's have a look at that. Like the frost score. Yeah, this world script, like I don't know why it has to be so much. Like it just looks like anyway, what I'm trying to say is, when I'm coding, I'm always trying to be to not just paste something in there that somebody else has used because it was there. You really need to understand what each line is doing and only use the lines that you need. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't be anyway, having a rant. Yeah, try and be efficient with your code, I think, and because it's going to make it easier to understand for you later on, and as well as other people, if you're employing people in your game, other programmers and that, and they're trying to understand your code. The smaller your code is and the simpler it is, then obviously the better it's going to be. Okay, that's it for this video, and we'll do that fireball straight away.